Hallo YouTube und herzlich willkommen zurück bei Week of Play zu Foolish Mortals, einem neuen Point-and-Click von einem Indie-Studio. Wir sind hier in einer Totenstadt gelandet. Es ist Vollmond, vielversprechend also. Und wir erkunden hier die Gegend. Letzten Part haben wir hier das Städtchen erkundet, schaut es euch an. Haben dann auch auf der Karte noch einen Ort entdeckt, so eine, wie soll man das sagen, ein verlassener Dampfer oder ein, ja, ziemlich mysteriös wirkender Dampfer. Und ich denke, jetzt ist es Zeit, wir sind hier nicht weit gekommen wirklich, das Städtchen haben wir erkundigt, dann würde ich sagen, gehen wir mal zum Strand.
As I returned to the beach, I could see the causeway was now fully flooded over by the rising tide. I was
Oh,
trapped here until dawn.
die Flut ist da. Wir können uns wieder die Hotspots anzeigen lassen, ne? Das haben wir ja letztes Mal gelernt. Schauen wir uns mal die Flut an zuerst.
There would be no way to cross the causeway back to the mainland until the tide had gone down.
Ja.
With the high tide, the entirety of the causeway was now covered over by water. Only the guideposts peeking above the waves gave any hint of the road below that had brought me to the island.
Also keine Chance da rauszukommen, ne? Was haben wir hier? Seichtes Wasser, ist da was drin? Gucken wir es uns mal an, ne? Bevor wir dann da mit dem Mädel...
I peered into the tide pools.
reden.
All I could see was pebbles, sand, and seaweed.
Sonst nichts
The
drin?
beach was dotted by tide pools, partly filled with seawater.
Okay. Hier sollten wir wahrscheinlich zuerst mal
I
schauen.
didn't want to take the little girl's balloon from her. Her brooding face made it more than clear that it wouldn't be a good idea to get on her bad side. The
Ja.
helium-filled balloon bobbed gently in the breeze. A tin boat puttered around the tide pool, watched
Tin boat.
enthusiastically by the little girl.
Okay. Ja, sie sieht tatsächlich nicht so amused aus. Mal schauen.
Hello? Little girl? You lost your mommy and daddy? It's late. There could be a lot of strange people around.
Yeah, I think I'm talking to one.
Das war so klar.
Maybe I should introduce myself. My name's Murphy McCallan. What's yours?
Mallory Wisp, angel on the outside, malevolent force of disparagement, derision, and disorder on the inside. At least, that's what Mrs. Huxley wrote in my school report. Hey, do you know what an enfant terrible is?
Do your
Enfant
parents know
terrible.
you're here?
Of course they do. This is my happy place. I come here when I need to cheer up.
What's got you down?
It's my birthday, and I didn't get the present I wanted.
Well, happy birthday. Is being out
Yo.
here helping?
A little. It's a nice place to plot my revenge.
This doesn't sound like an appropriate way for a little girl to spend her time.
Little girl? Little girl? What am I supposed to like? Posies and princesses? Tiaras and tea parties? Those are not my thing.
Ja, ist ja gut. Also,
How are you planning on getting revenge?
I'm not sure. Currently, I'm at the plotting and ruminating stage of my plan.
What are you plotting and ruminating about?
How things would be different if I was in charge of the world. We had a school project last week. What we want to be when we grow up. Mildred wanted to be a baker. Bobby wanted to be a firefighter.
What did you want to be?
Queen
Yeah.
of the universe.
I guess no one can accuse you of lacking ambition. Do you think you could fix the world's problems and make the world a better place if you were in charge?
Oh, absolutely not. It would be far worse. My patience is worn so thin with all the idiots around me. I don't know if it would be wise for me to wield that much power. You to the dungeons! You to the torture room!
oh oh.
It would be very cathartic for me, though.
Ja, ich denke, es wäre keine gute Idee, ne?
What present did you want for your birthday?
A doll?
A doll?
What's wrong with wanting a doll?
Nothing. I just didn't expect it. It doesn't quite fit with your whole aura.
I'm still a little girl. I don't have to defy all your stereotypes. Instead, I get this stupid tin boat. I know Sebastian's got something to do with it, too. He was all over the tin boat when I showed him my toy catalog from Mulligan's.
Is he one of your friends?
Not in a million years. You can see right through him.
Shouldn't you be
Okay.
heading home?
I'm in trouble at home. Mrs. Huxley held me back for detention yesterday. Again.
What did you do?
I convinced 3/4 of the class to sign over their eternal souls to me in exchange for some jelly beans. Third graders
Okay.
are remarkably easy to manipulate with a bag of candy and a little peer pressure.
Why did you do that?
You've got to speculate to accumulate.
But why did you want their souls? What use do you have for them?
Just making sure I'm prepared. And that's just step one.
I didn't dare ask what she was preparing for.
Ja, die Weltherrschaft an sich zu reißen,
You
ne?
heard of the Spirit Queen?
Look, if Moray put you up to this, you can tell him that I have no intention of going anywhere near his big, boring boat again. And anyway, those skulls look better with a little lipstick on them. I even made some cowrie necklaces for them, but nope. If we have a skeletal uprising, they're just going to have to maraud without being dolled up. And they'll have to take it up with Moray.
Who's Moray?
Nope, not falling for it.
Do
Teufelsfels.
you like living on Devil's Rock?
This island is cut off from society. An
it is.
isolated microcosm of the dark and macabre. If I'm honest, it fits me quite nicely. Lots of places to explore, too. When I'm not banned from them.
Where are you banned from?
Where am I not? The Captain's Club wouldn't let me in after I declared a mutiny. The lady at the newspaper office kicked me out when I tried selling stories about a zombie uprising. The witch doctor in the bayou threatened to hex me if I didn't stop sneaking on board and borrowing his toys. And the
Okay.
grave digger banned me from the cemetery when I played a teensy little practical joke.
What did you do?
I convinced him the stiff he'd buried was still alive. People are so antisocial around here.
Girl, also,
You snuck on board the Spirit Queen? You got past the alligator?
Oh yeah, Mephistopheles is a big softie. I think he likes the smell of rotting fish in my hair. My dad works the trawlers. Our entire house stinks like the inside of a humpback whale.
okay.
If you're not happy with your tin boat, could I have it?
I'll tell you what. I'll trade you my boat for your soul. I'm just kidding. Your soul can't be worth diddly squat. But I would like a doll.
Okay.
I better get going.
I wouldn't walk across the beach again if I were you. This beach is covered in quicksand. I can hop along the surface, but with your weight, you'll be sucked down like a noodle.
Oh no. Really? This beach has quicksand?
Nah, I'm just messing with you. Tourists.
Ganz schön mean da, ne?
Despite the little girl's disparaging look at her tiny toy, I doubted she'd be okay with me commandeering it.
Huh?
A tin boat puttered around the tide pool, watched unenthusiastically by the little girl.
Okay.
I thought it best to leave Mallory to her ruminating. A helium-filled balloon bobbed gently in the breeze.
Ja, das hatten wir. Was haben wir sonst noch? Nix? Die Zeitenbecken.
I peered into the tide pools, but all I could see was pebbles.
Ja, das hatten wir.
The beach was dotted.
Okay.
A tin boat puttered around the tide pool, watched unenthusiastically by the little girl.
Hm. Oh, ich kann das tatsächlich nicht haben? Also, du bist ja offensichtlich nicht interessiert dran. Willst du mal das sehen hier?
How would you like to trade your tin boat for this?
A doll?
At least the head of one.
Deal!
Ach so. Oh.
Oh, I'll hug him and kiss him and conquer the world with him.
War das eine gute Idee? Ach du Scheiße. Ich bin nicht sicher, ob das eine gute Idee war. Was haben wir denn eigentlich jetzt hier gekriegt?
It was a toy boat made of tin, with a motor you could wind up so it puttered around in the water.
Oh, da habe ich eine Idee.
I packed the fish guts into the tin boat. It was the smelliest little ship to sail the 7 seas.
Ja. Da habe ich eine Idee. Oh, wer bist du?
Mr.
Nicole, bist du es? So.
Yes? How do you know my name?
It's a work assignment that brings you to the island. Am I right?
She began staring at me with intense, hypnotic eyes. Disguised within her tailored outfit and tortoiseshell spectacles, she had the crazed look of someone not entirely in touch with reality. That's right.
An auditing job.
Eyes that looked like she was reading my very thoughts. Yes.
And you're late. Days late.
I was beginning to panic. Ned had warned me about the supernatural on this island. Was this person standing in front of me equipped with psychic powers that could read my very thoughts? How do you know all this? Are you the witch doctor?
The witch doctor? No! It was written on this telegram that came in for you. It came through a few days ago now. Your boss isn't too happy by the looks of it. Bill Bolam, the taxi driver, telephoned and said I'd find you out here.
You're reading my telegrams?
I'm a newspaper reporter. It's one of the best ways to get a good story. Now, do you want it or not?
If you wouldn't mind.
Alan, you're late reporting in. I don't remember authorizing the reopening of a cold case. But you better make sure it pays off, or you'll be swapping desks back to the mailroom. Sid Sinclair Auditing Company.
Do you
Okay.
want to send a reply?
What was there to say? My only contact was going to be pushing up daisies by morning, and my one lead was the magazine I'd been carrying with me since heading out. Before I checked in with my boss, I needed some progress to report badly. You know, for now I'll just leave it.
Suit yourself. Sounds like you're up to some fun on the island, Murphy. Be a sweetie and keep me updated so I have something to write about, won't you?
She didn't even wait for a reply before she started striding back through the bayou. She hadn't taken a single thing from me, and yet somehow, I still felt like I'd just been mugged.
Ja, also damals mit Nicole in Paris, da habe ich wenigstens Telefonnummer gekriegt, ne? Das fängt hier ein bisschen kühler an. Gut, also meine Idee. Zurück zu meiner Idee. Das hier. Müsste Krocho weglocken, oder?
Perhaps this would attract the gator's attention.
Ja, ich denke auch. Go, go, go,
The
go,
hulking
go.
mass of scales and muscles lumbered to the edge of the jetty. It dangled its toothy jaws over the side, its
Komm, komm,
nostrils flickering at each waft of fish guts.
Ja, und jetzt kann ich ihn da runterschmeißen. Ja, oder? Der ist jetzt wahrscheinlich im Range.
Ready?
Go.
Aim.
Ah. Ja.
With a splash that would be the envy of any cannonballing kid at a pool party, the irritable
Cooles
reptile
Rätsel.
disappeared into the murky bayou. I just hoped it didn't hold a grudge.
Nimm das, Simon. Das sind Rätsel. Wenn ihr nicht wisst, wovon ich spreche, dann schaut euch bitte mein Let's Play zu Simon the Sorcerer Origins an. Ist auch mega gut geworden. Aber die Rätsel, schaut's euch an. So, ich kann jetzt hier einen präparierten Fisch.
The taxidermied fish looked like it was barely hanging on to the rotting wooden frame. Deciding it would be better coming with me, I picked it up.
Okay.
And in doing so, tore a long hole in its previously stitched up seam. The
Haben wir
black
denn?
bread, my beloved Bernie. Heartfelt wishes, now you sleep with the fishes.
Ja, ich
It
glaube,
was
den
the
brauchst du nicht
frame where
mehr.
I'd found the taxidermied fish.
Und wir können noch hier das Rad angucken.
The
Ich hab
writing
noch
on the
weiter.
paddle wheel said in fancy painted letters, the Spirit Queen.
Yep. Ich habe eine weitere
The
Idee.
large paddle wheel used to propel the ship, unused for years by the looks of it.
Wir haben... wir können da noch rein. Gut, habe ich dann noch mal...
Spirits and specters from realms yet unknown, guide to me the wanderer who searches alone. Welcome, Murphy McCallan.
How do you know my name? Have you been reading my telegrams too?
I have no need for such trivial paperwork. I have eyes all over this island. Now it's time for me to see you for myself. Come, step into the light.
Papa Shango, bist du es?
I know a lot about you, Murphy. Unknown parents, a childhood spent in orphanages. I know things about you, even
Wo
you.
kennen wir uns?
How do you know all that?
My name is Dr. Moray. I am a conjurer, a shadow man, a controller of spirits that balance the line between life and death. And those spirits whisper to me. But for now, it's your time to talk, Murphy. Tell me why you've come to my humble abode.
I've been told you could help me.
That depends on what you seek.
I kept telling myself that the doctor's theatrics didn't convince me. That there must have been a logical reason why he knew what he did, but with how skittish the locals were, humoring him seemed like my only chance of learning more. I'm looking for the $13 million that went missing from the Belmore accounts. I'm an auditor in the company I work for.
Murphy, do you take me for a fool? I know what your mind sees when your eyes are closed. Tell me, Murphy, what do you dream of?
Also ich bin Allmann und gehe meiner Pflicht nach, ne? Eigentlich eher das hier, oder?
I dream about finding the lost treasure of Belmore Manor.
I see that spirit within you, hungering for more than an auditor's life. And I know you've dreamed about that treasure every night since you first read the story. Tell me I'm not right.
It's like the treasure is calling out for me to find it.
Many have sought the lost treasure of Belmore Manor. All have
Kann ich
failed.
mir vorstellen, ne?
Some, it is said, have perished in the process. Do you know what happened at Belmore Manor all those years ago?
The ghost story? I've read it, but I don't know how much of it is really true.
Yep.
All of it.
Okay.
Dark magic runs throughout Belmore Manor.
Oha.
The house was built by the Belmore brothers, 3 merchants from England, who made their fortune trading across the Caribbean.
Okay.
Xavier Belmore, an explorer. Yardley Belmore, an actor. And Cecil Belmore, a scientist. Their parents dead for many years, they each loved and cared for their young sister, Abigail.
Sister Abigail.
Abigail met a young sailor who worked aboard her brother's ships, and in less than a year, he proposed. The engagement was a scandal. Despite having the pick of any eligible bachelor in high society, her hand and her share of the Belmore fortune was to go to a commoner. Because
Okay.
of their unconditional love for their young sister, the Belmore brothers sanctioned the union. But people began to wonder if Abigail was being locked into marriage, whether by blackmail or black magic. The 3 proud brothers planned a grand wedding, but in the months leading up to it, one by one, each of the brothers was lost, presumed dead.
Okay.
And yet the wedding was still to go ahead. And with Abigail set to inherit the entire Belmore fortune once she came of age, people began to wonder whether the sailor was not a perpetrator, but a pawn. On the morning of the wedding, Abigail summoned the sailor to her chambers. "I don't love you," Abigail declared. "I never loved you." And before the guests gathered in the house, Abigail declared that she would marry another on that same evening. John Rackham, first officer of the Belmore Trading Company, would be her new groom.
Okay.
Except that didn't happen. That night, everyone in the house suddenly and mysteriously vanished. Perhaps it was the last revenge of the scorned sailor. In the house that night was a heart that would be broken, a victim who would be tricked, and a force that would unleash evil. But no one knows exactly who each was. If you want to find the treasure, Murphy, you'll have to find out.
Klingt mysteriös. Oh. Genau
You're
was für
telling
uns.
me that all of that actually happened?
And so much more, Murphy. Mysteries you have yet to uncover.
Dr. Morey's performance was gripping, but it seemed like something out of the vaudeville shows I'd snuck into as a teenager. Grifters peddling magic spells, fortune-telling, and miracle elixirs. At least that's what I tried to tell myself. And the treasure, is that real too?
It is as real as you are, Murphy. And someone went to a lot of trouble hiding it.
Can you help me find it?
I can, If you can prove your dedication to the search, I will need you to retrieve something from inside the house. A small leather pouch called a gree-gree still lies inside Abigail Belmore's bedroom. We will need it if I'm to help you. This will get you inside.
Oh. Verwunschener Schlüssel oder wie?
You're not gonna pull a rabbit out of your hat for your next trick, are you?
I do not do tricks, Murphy McCallan. You'll soon learn this. The Belmore estate lies at the end of the northeastern peninsula of Devil's Rock. Find that gree-gree and bring it back to me.
Ah.
I'll be here when you return. And Murphy, this ghost story? Now it's your story too.
Okay. Das war nur wenig beunruhigend. Aber okay. Also, geile Story hier. Alle sind verschwunden. Ich muss jetzt in das verwunschene Haus. Muss was besorgen. Da geht's sicher ab. Ja. Hier kommen wir irgendwie immer noch nicht rein, ne? Denke ich
I jiggled
nicht.
the handle, but the door was locked.
Ja. Ich gehe mal noch kurz hier im Fisch zeigen. Das war nämlich meine Idee. Ob der triggert? Der Ned, der gute Ned? Oder Ned? Ned triggert. Ja.
What do you think of my fish?
That's a whopper. Hang it on the scale and let's see what it weighs. Doubt it'll be Squib's record, though.
Ah. Schauen wir mal.
I hung the fish on the scales.
You caught a pincosa. They're the most delicious fish around here, especially grilled. But you'll never beat Squib's record.
Squib?
Jebediah Squibb, the Cajun catcher he calls himself. Last week at the Dead of the Docks, Squibb caught the heaviest pincosa on record. Got his photograph on the front page of the newspaper and everything. Now how am I going to rest while he brags and boasts about it every single night?
Ja. Oh.
With its innards made of cotton and material scraps, the fish's weight was distinctly unimpressive.
So.
It was the taxidermied fish I'd taken from the riverboat, with a ripped seam opening up to the stuffing inside.
Ach so. Dann muss ich den wohl beschweren. Verstehe. Also ich muss da irgendwas... Gibt's da Steine am Strand? Sie ist weg. Ist da jetzt... sind da jetzt Steine? Sind da nicht Steine?
I peered into the tide pools. All I could see
Kieselsteine.
was pebbles, sand, and seaweed. The beach was dotted by tide pools.
Das ist doch genau, was ich brauche, oder? Oder nicht? Ja gut, dann halt nicht. Dachte jetzt, ich könnte den Fisch mit Steinen füllen und dann nochmal auf die Waage damit und dann tricksen, ne? Ah, wie gehen wir hier hin, ne? Oh.
Framed by trees and lit by moonlight, Belmore Manor stood imposingly in the still night air. Even without any lights on, it felt like something inside the house was calling me. Or warning me.
Schauen wir uns mal erst. Der Teich. Sieht auf. Gar nicht gruselig aus, ne? Überhaupt gar nicht.
I considered wading into the pond, Water up to my waist, squelching my way through the reeds and mud, past frogs, bugs, and water snakes. Then I realized I had absolutely no reason to do that.
Yep.
From the outside, I couldn't spot any clues to the location of the Belmore treasure. They were the imposing front doors to Belmore Manor. I wondered how many people had entered the house this way, and how many never came back out again.
Ja, sollen wir da rein? Wir werden es rausfinden im nächsten Part. Also schaltet wieder ein bei der nächsten Episode hier. Haltet die Ohren steif. Bis dann. Tschö.